You come out with a 52-0 shutout. Coach Jones was talking about how obviously a lot of the points came from your defense. Overall, where do you think this offense is in terms of playing at an efficient level?
We're not there quite yet, but we're definitely getting close. But we still have a lot of room to improve. A lot on the O-line. A lot with just being physical and playing like all the way around the board.
All during the week, Coach Jones has talked about the speed of the Stephen F. Austin defensive line, but both of their sacks came off of corner blitzes. What was the key to keeping those guys on their defensive line away from Garrett Gilbert and off of Zach Lyman?
3 double teams. We definitely practiced to make sure that the GG stayed up off the ground, and the sacks that came, we couldn't control them for the most part.
As much speed and athleticism as they have up front, were you surprised that you were able to basically keep Garrett clean, at least in terms of the linemen?
Not really. They put emphasis the whole week on the DNs and the tackles, and they might have been a little small underweight wise, but they were all quick and they were all good with their hands. But emphasis was put on how good they were, not to take them for granted.
So much has been made of the fact that all those guys graduated from last year's team with all that experience, and this week you're already got a new part with Chris Weeks in for Ben Gottschalk. How did you feel the line did overall in terms of opening the running lanes? And then, obviously you kept Garrett upright except for those 2 sacks, but where are you in terms of coming together as a solid unit?
Oh, we're definitely becoming a more solid unit. There's some things that we want to improve on. I was very pleased with how we did our running game. We actually wanted to run it a little bit more, but it was time to let Gigi air it out. So I was real pleased with how we did that. But we still have a lot of room to grow.
Is there a pride thing is there any bruised egos when the defense scores as many points as the offense?
No, we're all winning, so it's not bruised ego. It can get under you, but at the end of the day, it's putting points on the board and it's making us one step closer to winning that game.
Obviously, you're on the offensive side, but when a defense pitches a shutout like this, what does that do for the confidence of a team, especially coming off a game like you had last week in Waco?
It does make you feel better, and like Coach Gaines always said, the second game is always the biggest jump from the first game, and I felt like as a defense they made a tremendous jump. Everybody was flying to the ball and they were playing physical, and I would like to say they were playing with swag out there on the field.
It looked like, different body language on the sideline this week, partly obviously because of the way the score was, but how much of that was a reflection of the score? How much of that was being at home, just being more confident as a unit? What changed everything in your body language as a team?
I don't know. We came out as an offense. We kind of started slow, but as a defense, they pitched shutouts, had turnovers. It seemed like drive after drive. Once they got that first interception, after Marcus blocked kicks, and it was just it just had to happen. It was just destined for turnovers to happen during this game, and it just pumped up the crowd and it pumped up the sidelines.
You mentioned Marcus's block. He didn't practice all week. I think he played 2 plays tonight, and he gets that block. What does that do in terms of the energy or the confidence boosting that both in the crowd and also the team when you see a guy step through the line and make a play like that?
For anybody to get your kick blocked, it's like giving up a sack, or an offensive line, I would say getting beat inside. It's just demoralizing. You never wanted to get your kick blocked, and for it to happen twice with Aaron Davis doing it as well, it's just a way to just take the win out of the cell, out of their team. It was just really inspiring. It's just these guys they shouldn't be on our field. That's how we feel.
If Marcus sits out all week in practice, were you surprised that he was in there at all, even on those 2 block kicks?
No, Marcus is that kind of phenomenal athlete where he needs to rest, but he can still perform at his highest level.